Hey there, Adam Loveridge here with local SEO Pros, and today I'm joined by Bob Mack with Advanced Solutions Property Management, and we're going to be talking about something that's actually very near and dear to my heart as an investor, and that's the property investment market here in Salt Lake City. Bob, thanks so much for joining me here this afternoon.
Thanks, Adam, for having me.
And my pleasure. Now, Bob, obviously home prices are going up here in the Valley, and I think one of the questions that I have, and I'm sure a lot of investors have, is how are rents staying up, and how is that in I guess affecting cash flow on current rental units?
Well, we have seen some appreciation in the property market here in Salt Lake Valley. With that, though, we have seen an increase in rental rates across the board. So really, they're keeping in step with each other. There are folks that got into the market, I'd say, in early 2012 and 13 that are realizing some substantial increases in their property values. But that being said, there is opportunity everywhere, and finding that opportunity is the most important part of the process.
Okay, excellent. And what do you see happening, I guess, in terms of overall appreciation, rental rate gains, that sort of thing here in 2016?
I think we're going now, this is where you start getting your crystal ball out a little bit, but I think what we're going to see is a slight to moderate increase in residential home property values. Duplexes and triplexes will go up a little bit. What you will have to be careful with is multi-units. We've had a very large influx of multi-units into the Salt Lake Valley. Therefore, I'd say it would behoove you to be very careful when looking at anything over 4 units. Like I say, I think we've had probably anywhere from 200% to 300% increase in multi-units in the Valley in the last 6 months. So that's one area where I'd be very careful.
Well, and I think that brings up a really good question, which is, are there still areas in the Salt Lake Valley that on the residential side anyway that are good opportunities for investors, say, that want to get into the market here in 2016?
Yeah, well, as you well know, Adam, there's always areas of opportunity. There are specific areas in the Valley that I think are undervalued. Those properties are going to need a little help, right? A little TLC, a little bit of money into the refurb end of it. But with that, once you have that property fixed up and running, you're going to have yourself a very good little property that produces a very solid cash flow. Okay,
excellent. And obviously, one of the keys there in having that cash flow is making sure that you've got good, solid tenants. And the flip side, of course, to credit loosening back up and home prices heading northward and that sort of thing, is that a lot of renters are obviously going to be moving out of the rental market and into buying. I mean, do you still see a good available pool of renters for landlords that want to get into property here in 2016?
Absolutely. As long as your product, and when I say your product, I mean your property, is well maintained and presentable and is in a good location, you're going to have renters that want to get into that property. We do have some loosening of credit, and I think we do see tenants who are getting into the purchasing of properties, tenants with us, and I'm happy to see those tenants succeed and purchase a home on their own. But that being said, when that tenant leaves, I probably have 2 or 3 that are looking for a property to move in. I think we're still suffering from the effects of the meltdown we had in 08 and 09. We have folks that are still getting their credit on terms and working towards that time when they can get back into a home. But that being said, we also have a very mobile tenant population here in the Valley. A lot of them just don't want to put down roots right now. So if you have a good product in a good location, we're going to be able to find tenants for you.
Okay, excellent. And I guess last but not least, I know that you do kind of some special things here for property investors. Tell us a little bit more about that, if you would, and how, say, a prospective investor could reach out to you if they were looking at buying here in the Salt Lake Valley here in 2016.
Yes. Over the last 6 months, I've worked to develop a sales brokerage that works alongside Advanced Solutions Property Management. I did that to take advantage of some of the opportunity that I saw coming through the management company, but also there was a lot of folks out there calling us, asking about purchasing of rental properties in the Valley, looking for rental properties. So we now have a sales brokerage that we are able to transact properties through. That means we're able to help you identify what you're looking for, go out and find that property, execute the purchase on that property. We then transition that property into the management side of the company. We place that, we get that property under management, we place tenants, we start enforcing the terms of the lease, get that cash flow going. And we also have a very solid maintenance company to service that property. So really it's a one-stop shop. Give us a call, we'll be able to help you out.
Well, and I'm also assuming too that, 5, 10, 20 years down the road, when somebody's looking to cash out on that equity, that's also something you could help them out there for really kind of an end-to-end thing then, right?
Yeah, and we have owners that are getting out of the market all the time. That's the other interesting point is we usually have a small pool of investors that are looking to get out, and so then we're always looking for buyers to get into those properties. So that's another area of opportunity that we're able to offer.
Excellent. Well, Bob, thanks so much for joining me here, and like I say, kind of talking on some things as an investor that I certainly want to know about, as we're looking here into 2016. And if somebody were looking to get in touch with you, what's the best way of going about that?
Basically, the best way is to go to our website, aspmrents.com. It should be on the screen. You will see the contact phone number. Give us a call. Somebody will get back to you quickly, and we can start the discussion.
Excellent. Thanks so much again, Bob. It's been a pleasure having you on.
Thank you very much.